Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about transparency in property carrier broker transactions. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about transparency, or really the lack thereof, in terms of the transactions between brokers and carriers, and the information that ultimately, in practicality, actually exchanges hands. Guys, this is a super important topic that I definitely want to get into, and I think that maybe a lot of folks don't really know the intricate details of this one. Some changes have been happening, and in my opinion, and many others in the industry, not very good in this rulemaking. Now, just to kind of get you up to speed, what this is all about. This was a proposed rulemaking by OOIDA and SBTC, who basically petitioned the FMCSA to make a ruling on getting freight transactional informations over from the broker to the carrier within 48 hours of completion of the transaction, which generally means when you basically finish off with the load, get your signed BOLs, and you're ready to go, right? To get paid, to get this thing submitted back to the broker. So within 48 hours, automatically this should be provided. Now, technically, there are some laws that are on the books that you can't use in order to gain that information. Unfortunately, brokers have found ways to not provide that information prior to the load being taken off, and they basically will tell you that the load was covered. Thanks for your time on the phone, put you in their little black book, and you'll never do business with that broker. So most of the time, carriers are really just trying to avoid going through that hassle, because it really leads to nowhere except nowhere good. It doesn't lead to anywhere good. Now, the other thing as they're saying is they want to prohibit contract provisions within carrier packets that brokers send out to you to get set up and work with them. These provisions in the contracts where the carrier ends up waiving their right to access this information. So believe it or not, this is true. This has been going on for a long time, actually. It's not a new thing, where in order to do business with so-and-so broker, you basically agree during the setup of your packet that you agree to not going to ask this information. We're not going to request this. We're not going to use any of our rights as carriers to gain access to this information. Then you can do business with them. Otherwise, sorry, you can't, you're not agreeing to the agreement. So they're saying this needs to happen automatically. 48 hours from completion of the load, the information should be transferred over to the carrier. Also, no such provisions in contracts should be allowed. This is just basically ridiculous. Now, even further, OOIDA's President Todd Spencer said a very interesting thing. He said that the continued delay is BS. His words, transparency has been required since 1980. Now, what he's referring to is the trucking industry deregulation from July 1st of 1980. It was under President Carter, and that's been the case ever since. Now, some are proponents of that, some are against it, some are for it. You get the picture. And that's how it always is. Every idea, every process, every system, every whatever has generally division. Some are for it, some are against it. Now, SBTC's executive director basically said that, in other words, basically from what he said, was that large 3PL brokers are exempting truckers' rights to transparency through contracts, just like we said earlier, thus potentially evading regulation without consequences. Okay, at the extreme, this behavior is viewed as a market manipulation strategy that violates antitrust laws by unreasonably restricting trade in the United States. Those are not his exact words. I kind of paraphrased that and wrote it down for myself, but it's the gist of what he was saying. And let me know in the comments, do you guys agree with that? Do you think that's actually the case with both OOIDA and SBTC representatives? Now, wouldn't be fair if we didn't look at the other side, right? TIA, an organization representing brokers, objects to the petition, saying that times have changed since 1980, and the old law is a stretch today. Now, they said a few other things, but that's the gist of the argument there. Now, the question here is this. This is obviously very important information. Why has the FMCSA been, kicking this can down the road for so long? Why is it taking them so long to respond? And ultimately, it's going to be over 4 year. It's going to be a wait of over 4 years from May of 2020 to October 31st, Halloween of 2024. And it makes me wonder, does that date have any other significance? I mean, will they just continue this for one more year? And then the market would change. And then as before, when the markets are great, none of the carriers had any questions or problems or gripes with brokers and about transparency. This only started coming up when the rates went down, right? Because naturally, that's when folks start to wonder, are you really getting these loads so cheaply that you're unable to give me this money? Or are you making out good on my labor, on my expenses, liability, costs, my blood, sweat, and tears at the end of the day. So guys, I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Please make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. For now, I'm going to switch over the camera. We're going to look over the loads that we book for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Now guys, this week we have a ton of vans and a reefer. I'm going to take this opportunity to show you guys, those of you who I speak with from time to time saying that there's no money in trucking, can't get good rates, get good gross, can't get enough miles, and especially in a dry van. So we're actually going to go ahead and start off with a dry van out of Hermiston, Oregon. This is just a regular standard dry van, driver's Thomas. Coming out of Hermiston, Oregon, going to Utica, Illinois with a 38,000-pound load of agricultural products, 1,865 miles, booked at $3,800, got him $204 a mile on a ton of miles. Then out of Muscatine, Iowa, going to Great Falls, Montana. Again, agricultural chemicals, 44,000 pounds on a weight, 1,291 miles, booked at $4,200, got him $325 a mile on that one. And that was it, Monday to Monday. $8,000 in gross on just 2 loads, very well placed, 3,156 loaded miles. And get this, he ran those at 253 per loaded mile average in a regular dry van. Thomas, my hat's off to you, my friend. Excellent, excellent job. Then we're going to have another dry van, totally different setup, excellent money. This time it's Chris coming out of Ray City, Georgia, going to Taylorsville, Mississippi with a 45,000-pound load of ground pecan shells, 417 miles, booked at $800, got him $192 a mile on that one. Then Taylorsville, Mississippi, right out of there, going to Guntown, Mississippi, real quick local run. 44,000-pound load of non-hazmat chemicals on skids, 222 miles, booked at $800 again, this time $360 a mile. Then Jackson, Tennessee to Fort Smith, Arkansas, 40,000-pound load of insulation, 372 miles, booked at $1,000 even, got him $269 a mile. Unfortunately, the next one canceled that, ended up being a truck order not used. We did collect $150 on that one. It was from Van Buren, Arkansas to Mount Vernon, Ohio. Did not make that happen. Took a load out of Fort Smith, Arkansas to Valiant, Oklahoma, with a 43,000-pound load of cardboard boxes, 147 miles, booked at $707, got him $481 a mile. Then Broken Bow, Oklahoma to Fort Mill, South Carolina with a 44,000-pound load of doors, 929 miles, booked at $2,200, got him $237 a mile. Finished off with Pineville, North Carolina to Plainfield, Indiana with a 43,000-pound load of miscellaneous products, or FAK, 604 miles, booked at $1,150, got him $190 to come out to Indiana. Excellent job, did a great job that week. Friday to Friday, Chris ran 2,691 loaded miles, ran those at also 253 per loaded mile as the previous driver, gross 6807 on his gross, but ran very much more efficiently because of the short runs. Certainly ended up getting the same rate, a bit less money, but definitely burned a lot less fuel. Excellent job, Chris. Next, we got ourselves, I believe, another dry van. Yes, again, another setup. Salmon, Idaho, going out to Lexington, Kentucky with a 42,000-pound load of hay, 1,884 miles, booked at $3,500. Coming out of Idaho, 3,500, $186 a mile. Then Frankfort, Kentucky, small town, awesome city. Frankfort, Kentucky, going to Jonesboro, Arkansas, 42,000-pound load of retail goods, 424 miles, booked at $1,000, got him $236 a mile. Then Memphis, Tennessee to Hattiesburg, Mississippi with an 11,000-pound super light load of custom products, 298 miles, booked at $950, got him $319 a mile on that one. Then Wiggins, Mississippi to Denton, Texas with a 44,000-pound load of dry goods, 567 miles, booked at $1,100, got him $1.94 on that one. Rico Excellent job. More importantly, Friday to Thursday, 6 days on a row, 3,173 loaded miles. Ran those at an average of 206 a mile, got a gross of 65.50. Absolutely killed it. Excellent job, Rico. Very, very well done. Next, we're gonna move on to Milagros. This week's the only reefer we got doing really, really well, coming out of Augusta, Georgia to Montgomery, Alabama. All loads, by the way, are all solos. The first run, unfortunately, started off the week with a truck order not used. We were able to get $200 from that load, and picked up a load at a Great Court, South Carolina, Albany, Georgia, 42,000 pound load of plastic, 347 miles at $1,000, got them $288 a mile. Then Jack, Alabama to Stillmore, Georgia with a 40,000 pound load of fresh chicken, running 25 to 32 degrees on a reefer, 267 miles, booked at 1,020, got them $382 a mile back to Georgia. And then from Wilson, South Carolina to Black Mountain, North Carolina, 35,000 pound load of watermelons, 224 miles, booked at $800, got them $357 a mile, making up the difference little by little. Finished off with Morristown, Tennessee, going to Boise, Idaho. Back to Idaho, he went 40,000 pound load of FAK, 2,150 miles, booked at $3,800, got him $1.77, coming back out there. Excellent job there. So this is Milagros, Monday to Monday, 68.20 for the week. In gross, 2,988 loaded miles, ran at 228 per loaded mile average. Excellent job, Milagros, as always. Very, very well done. Next, we're going to go to a load out of Salt Lake City, Utah. It's a drive-in trailer driven by Michael. Excellent job. From Salt Lake to Jackson, Mississippi, 40,000 pounds of dry goods, 1,591 loaded miles, ran it at $2,900. That's $1.82 to come out of Salt Lake, coming out to a much better market than out of Defiance, Ohio to Meridian, Idaho. Light load of 15,000 pounds of insulation material, 1,900 miles on the dot, $4,100 booked, got him $216 a mile, coming back out to Idaho on that one. Michael did an excellent job. $7,000 grossed in 7 days, Friday to Friday. Regular drive-in, 3,491 loaded miles, and ran all that at 201 per loaded mile average. Excellent job, Michael. Excellent job. Next, we got ourselves the drive-in coming out of Bolingbrook, Illinois, with 3 drops going to Hazelwood, Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri, and a final in Springfield, Missouri. Now, it's a 35,000 pound load of printed materials, 508 miles booked at $1,600. Excellent job, at $315 a mile. Then right out of Springfield, Missouri, zero deadhead to looks like Winneconne, Wisconsin, 14,000 pound light load of seed boxes, 669 miles booked at $12.50. Got him $1.87, come out to Wisconsin. Excellent job. Waupaca, Wisconsin to Lyman, South Carolina. That was a great job. 40,000 pounds of gray iron castings, 934 miles booked at $2,200. Got him $236 a mile, regular drive-in, and finished off with Hendersonville, North Carolina, going to Belleville, Michigan. Longer run, 42,000 pound load of palletized bottle juice, 611 miles booked at $12.25. Got him $2 a mile on the dot. Excellent job, Patrick. We're looking at a Friday to Friday, 62.75 on his gross, ran 27.22 on the loaded miles, ran those at 231 per loaded mile average on a regular drive-in. Nothing crazy, with some light loads sprinkled in between. So next, we're going to move on to a drive-in coming out of Clinton, looks like Connecticut, going to Lebanon, Tennessee. It's a 42,000 pound load of chemicals, 963 miles booked at $2,000, got him $208 a mile. Then Nashville, Tennessee to Hanover, Maryland with a 45,000 pound load of beverages, 695 miles booked at $1,700, got him $245 a mile on that one. Then looks like Joppa, Maryland, go to Morton, Mississippi with a 7,000 pound FAK load, super light load, 1,005 miles booked at $1,850, got him out of Maryland at $1.84. Excellent job. Finished off with Byron, Mississippi, going to Dallas, Texas with a 44,000 pound load of water. It's 408 miles booked at $1,000. That got him $245 a mile. This is Alexander, ran Friday to Friday, 65.50 on the gross, 3,071 loaded miles with an average of 213 per loaded mile average. Excellent job, Alexander. And let's finish off with the last one, real short. Walla Walla, Washington, going to Findlay, Ohio, 42,000 pound load of FAK, 2,207 miles booked at $4,200. Got him $1.90 a mile on that one. Obviously, the Washington market has shifted. Then out of Springfield, Ohio, took a 1-pick 2-dropper to Midland, Georgia, and a final in Statesboro, Georgia. 44,000 pound load of sauces and condiments, 838 miles, booked at $2,300, got him $274 a mile, did an excellent job Thursday to Thursday. This is Tariq, $6,500, booked for the week, 3,045 loaded miles, ran that at an average of $213 per loaded mile. Excellent job, Tariq, excellent job. Welcome back. Guys, as you can see, week in, week out, we produce these videos, good market or bad. As you can see, our guys deliver. If you have the willingness to work, if you have the tenacity, if you are sick and tired of being nickel and dimed, not getting top dollar on your loads, not running efficiently, overpaying for your lease-on operation, whatever the issue may be, let us help you get to the bottom of these issues, get to the bottom of why are you not making enough money? Are you being overcharged on your leasing program? What is the problem? This is the time to figure out where you are failing, where you are coming up short, because this market is not for playing around. This is where the professionals are actually going to make it. The rest of the guys dabbling in business are going to go out the way of the dodo. Unfortunately, that is the way that it is. We should not wait for our government to make laws and regulations. We need to be able to survive and stay in business in order for us to be able to ride out the ups and downs of different markets. For that, you're going to need a strong dispatcher, as that's one of the most important legs of trucking. You're going to have your equipment, your truck and trailer. You're going to have your drivers. You're going to have a dispatcher. And if you're a lease-on owner operator, you're going to need all of those things, but you need to make sure to manage your costs. And that's what we offer at A2C Logistics. So whether you're a carrier or a lease-on owner operator, this is your opportunity. Call or text us to get more information. Number is 801-448-6363. You can also get more information on our website at aftdispatch.com. Until next week, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.